Yeah, thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Seattle. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, check, Panther. Go, Chap. Ready.
On the ground, it's the rookie out of Florida. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon muscles by at the 25. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now the handoff comes to Gordon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down.
Street, 18, Pioneer.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ladd McConkey from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll buy some time right. And right away, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Second and short now following the fumble.
Extend. Here we go.
Off play action, Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know some guys that love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
Hey, Monday. Here we go. West right fit. Right.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Fields. Caught. It's Wilson. And he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Back to throw. Fields. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good. Hey, 10.
Here's Fields. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, fingers crossed here. First quarter of the new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
Here we go, sack. Hey, smash.
Looking to throw. Collins. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Come on. Set. Ready.
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 12-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Ready. 7 Pirates. Let's go.
Back to throw. Hamilton. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Collins. And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
In motion, the tight end. They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Second and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They go with Cunningham. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. In motion goes the tight end. Collins now from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Here we go, set.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Hamilton. Looking left side of he's got a man. That's Thompson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 73 yards. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Cunningham here on the ground.
Taken down at the 42.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Second and 7.
Operating from the gun, Collins.
A short throw to Musgrave.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, Collins.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Taken down at the 30.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down at 7.
Operating from the gun, Collins.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Buying time to his left.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Back to throw. Collins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field. for a big gainer and a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Lad McConkey. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now Collins throwing to start the drive. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now we'll pause for an injury here. That's George Pickens, the receiver who's in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Got it. Ready? Here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Drop low 18. Drop low 80.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Collins. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Collins. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. They'll look to throw.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go. 79 Broncos.
Slot man moves right. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Fields hit and the ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Now Gordon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now, he's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Track at 60. 70 range. 70 range. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Operating from the gun, Hamilton. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. They run with Cunningham. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Fields. That's caught. It's Cunningham. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
Here we go, son.
They snap it to Fields. A short throw to Musgrave. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 34 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week one is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Here we go. Right.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Here we go.
To throw is Fields.
Flushed out right.
That is caught.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Fields now to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Throwing to start the drive. Hamilton.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Seahawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And running with power here.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Now we sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go. You got it. Yes. Go.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down of a sack. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cunningham. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a 1st down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard. Over the middle, complete. It's Cunningham. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Again, Fields. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Here we go.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Brought down that time by Nolan Smith. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He'll find Metcalf. Shreds him with his stiff arm. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ready? Check out.
He's got Thompson here, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Now Fields going to move him around.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got it complete to Thompson.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 6. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Cup 19. Here we go. Shot.
Back to throw. Hamilton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The Seahawks send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The Seahawks send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It's taken to the 26. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Here we go.
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go. Up, let's go.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Here we go, son. Trips lit. Tonight.
And one last throw here for Fields. Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game.
CD, always a little extra excitement for week one and one of our early wins.